Hey everybody, this is KennedyHawk from the Marvel Champions Monthly Fan Podcast team. I'm here doing my first match from the Season 5 of the Solo Champions League. So, we have been given a very specific set of characters with the aspect aggression, and you have to take one of those characters with the deck up against Green Goblin Risky Business 3 times with the Weapon Master modular set and just standard mode. So, we've got everything set up here and ready to go. I guess he's got a little bit less health than it appeared at there. We've got 2 counters on Criminal Enterprise, and we are ready to rock and roll. So this starts at 2 threat per player, and we'll see what we can do. So I am going to draw up my initial 6 cards and see what I got here. Shield. I love when I have Shield in my opening hand, because I can discard it and know where it is, and I'm not going to accidentally mulligan into it. I like this. This is a good pairing. I don't think I need Mean Swing this early because I don't have a weapon in my hand yet. I'll keep Heroic Strike in case I decide to flip him this first turn. That way I can stun him as well, which would be really powerful. And we'll just draw 2 cards. And then we get to search our deck and discard pile for our shield, put it into our hand. Cool. So we did get our weapon. Too bad we threw away our Mean Swing. But I think this is still a pretty good opening setup. 4 cards here, I think. So we are going to go ahead and use our resource reduction. Oh, I forgot about that for Nick Fury, and pay with a Power of All of Us and a Heroic Strike to play Nick, who's going to draw us 3 cards. That seems really good. We will flip to hero mode, and I think Nick's just going to... he might not even need to remove that threat. We'll see what he's going to do here in a minute. We've got lots of good things to play, so let's play them all. We're going to pay 2 to get a Super Soldier Serum out there. I'm going to pay slightly differently with the shield toss. We can Fearless Determination, draw 1 card, give ourselves +1 thwart. It's a Quinn Carrier. Ooh, I could get a Quinn Carrier down, but I think I'd rather have Yarnbjorn down. So we are going to exhaust to play our Yarnbjorn. We're going to use our Honorary Avenger to play our shield. So we are all set up and ready to go, and we're going to hold on to Quinn Carrier for next turn. At this point, we can just thwart for 2, attack for 2. Attack for 2 flips him. Yeah, we'll still attack for 2. I think that's okay. So we've got 1 consequential damage on Nick Fury. We're going to flip this. State of Magnus play, blah, blah, blah. So we have to flip Green Goblin here as well. We're going to take 3 indirect damage. So we'll deal 1 to Nick Fury and 2 to Captain America. We place 2 tokens on here. If he would ever scheme, we're going to remove a Madness counter instead. We'll hope that that doesn't happen, and we'll see where things go. So, we are drawing 4 cards, because we're in hero form. And, ooh. Wowzers. This is pretty good. Okay. We got that one, too. Oh, man. Things are going great. All right. We are going to have the threat go up by 1. 1 per phase. Green Goblin is going to attack us for 3 plus something, and we've got Nick Fury here just for that. It is going to have us remove 1 counter from here because of that boost ability, which is really annoying. And Nick Fury goes to the trash can, but that's kind of where he belongs right now, so that's perfect. We get 1 encounter card. It is Payoff. That is a side scheme that has 2 threat on it, and a hazard symbol. So we're going to want to get rid of that before next turn, or we're going to have to deal with it, which nobody wants to do. All right. Well, we got quite a bit of setup going here, which is great. Just deciding what we want to do. I think we want to pay 1, 2, 3 for a Quinn Carrier. And we're actually going to thwart the 2 off of this side scheme to get rid of it, because we don't want a hazard symbol on the board. We're going to discard Adrenaline Rush to ready ourselves. And we will attack for 4 damage at Green Goblin's face. And then we'll trigger Yarnbjorn using our Super Soldier Serum for 2 more damage. Seems pretty good, and we have our Quinn Carrier open still. All right, we are drawing 5 cards, and this is the beginning of round 3 here. We're going to get 1 threat in the main scheme. He is going to attack us for 3 plus something, and here we will not do anything because we're going to use shield block. So 3 plus, oh no, he removes this mid-attack and flips back over. So 0 plus something, he's still attacking us, which is nice. But he takes retaliate damage, and we take no damage. So that's good. He flipped mid-activation, except we now have to take that 3 indirect again, which is bad. That's the bad part. We get 1 encounter card. It is Combat Knife, so he now has a weapon. That means he's actually going to have attack in this form. So that's kind of interesting and cool to see. All right, it is our go. What do we want to do here? I think I'm going to try to play this right. I'm going to try. We're going to attack him for 2. That will cause this to flip. That will cause Green Goblin to flip and hit us for 3 indirect. I cannot use shield block because it is when you would take damage, but has the defense tag, so it only blocks attacks. Quite the bummer. So I've done my basic attack, and I'm going to respond to that attack after he flips and hit him for 2 with Yarnbjorn. We are going to, let's see here, we could do a heroic strike for 3 to hit him for 6 and a stun going into the next phase. That seems really good. I think we're going to pay for it differently though. 1, 2, 3 for a heroic strike. It's going to take him all the way down and stun him. And it will reveal his next form right away, so we're going to be taking 4 indirect damage. We're down to 2. That's kind of terrifying. And he is going to go up to 18. Yep. There we go. We are then going to discard the power of all of us to ready. And we will attack with a mean swing for 5 damage. And I think I'm going to flip down and try to recover next turn. That could be a little bit dangerous with this Enterprise thing going on here. So we are going to draw 6 cards. And there we go. We got some healing in there and everything. So he's going to go up by 1 threat. He is going to scheme against us, but instead of scheming, he just removes one of these tokens, so he doesn't scheme. And then we get an encounter card, which is the villain schemes. If they have a weapon, this card gains surge. So he will scheme, removing a second one, flipping this. This card does gain surge. Quite the bummer. Right? Yep, okay. Just making sure I'm not doing it wrong. And his surge is, you are confused, place 1 threat in the main scheme. Bummer, so I am confused. It'll be hard for me to remove all that threat, but I've also only got to do 13 damage to him. Hopefully we can just finish him off real fast. And away we go. Let's pay 1 for a Steve's apartment. That'll let us draw a card and heal 1, which seems good. We'll take a recover action to heal 3 more. And now we got questions again. I don't really want to flip and take that 4 damage to face, but I don't really have a choice, so we're going to do it. I guess if I don't hit him for 2, I don't take that damage. And I'm thinking I might just use this as a setup turn instead. So I will Fearless Determination. That was good. We'll play 1, 2... 3 for a helicarrier. We'll then play combat training, and we'll discard our heroic strike to ready, and we'll try to thwart, just removing confused. And that'll be that. So, here we go. We are drawing 5 cards. The villain is going to try to go up by 1, and then the villain is going to attack us, which means he will place 2 more infamy counters out here. And this is round 4, I believe. Yep. Well, round 4 will start on my next hero phase, I guess. Yeah. I'll have to double check that. This might be off by 1. I'm used to doing it on a piece of paper instead of on TTS. Alright, so he tried to scheme, and instead he placed counters. We get... Oh, actually, he doesn't do that, because he's stunned. Stunned circumvents that trigger. So he removes stunned instead of his forced interrupt. Then we get an encounter card, which is a minion with guard. Bummer. We're going to have to punch through that minion, which is real annoying. Alright, it is our go. We are going to attack the minion with guard and trigger Yarnbjorn to get rid of him. We're going to pay 1, 2, 3, 4 for a mansion, draw a card. We're going to pay 1 for Adrenaline Rush, just for the future. We are going to discard this to ready up and thwart for 2. I don't really need to flip, so I'm going to stay in hero form for one more turn and hold on to Mockingbird. Drawing 4 cards. So threat goes up by 1. He tries to attack. Instead, he places 2 counters. And we get 1 counter card here, which is Gang Up. He's going to try to attack again, placing 2 more counters. So we're going to have to spend 6 damage getting rid of that. That's quite the bummer. All right, it's our go. We're going to draw a card. That does deck us out. We are going to pay 1, 2 for Hulk. Hulk will attack him for 3 and discard the top card of our deck. We'll hope that it's physical. It is mental, so Hulk's going to discard himself. Quite the bummer. We tried. We did. We really did. We will attack for 3. Do I want to play an ally first? Yeah, I think I do. I'm going to pay 3 for 1, 2, 3 for Mockingbird first. She will stun the villain. All right, so then we're going to attack for 3. That is going to trigger this to flip. That is going to trigger this to flip. We're going to take 4 indirect damage. We're going to put 2 onto Mockingbird and 2 onto Captain America. We are then going to decide what we want to do next. So we could discard this to ready and attack again. I think that's our best plan. So we're going to ready. We can now attack for 1, 2, 3. We can trigger Yarnbjorn for another 2. Mockingbird can hit for 1 more because we don't need her to jump, hopefully. And bingo bango, he's down to 7. So we're going to ready everything up and see what we can do. Drawing 5 cards. So he is going to try to attack us, but he can't. We have 2 encounter cards to deal with. The first one is choose to either give the villain a face-down boost card. We'll definitely make that choice. Oh, nope, that's an ally, or a minion as well. And the second one is to give to Steve Rogers or discard half your cards, rounded down. Ugh. I think we can just, we're going to flip to Steve Rogers and then discard half our cards rounded down. And discard this obligation. All right, what that's going to let us do is it's going to let us heal 1 more and draw a card on our turn, round 7, I think. We're going to recover for 3, just get higher in health if we can before the end of the game. We will draw 1 with Mansion. Oh, I should have done that before I flipped because I could have played Spider-Girl. We can play her anyway, thankfully, so let's get her out there. She'll stun and confuse this guy. Not sure that's going to matter yet. We will use Helicarrier to play an Adrenaline Rush. We will use Skilled Strike to play... Nope. Let's see. Our base attack is 5 at this point, so all we got to do is keep that and ready. So we will ready. Spider-Girl will thwart for 1. Captain America will use these 2 Adrenaline Rushes to get +1 attack, so he is now attacking for 5. And then we can use this with our Yarnbjorn to go crazy, hit him for 2 more. Bingo bango, that's the end of the round. So we did defeat the Green Goblin in our first game. We'll use this deck again and see how it works out. But I'm going to go overview the deck with everybody first in just a second. Hey everybody, so I just wanted to overview this Captain America deck I played really quick. The entire deck really revolves around Yarnbjorn, which is why it's really good that we got it in our mulligan, because that let us really focus our deck around that. Unfortunately, it didn't execute the way I was hoping it did. But the idea is to get a ton of resources out there so that you can just attack twice a turn with Cap and trigger Yarnbjorn twice. If Cap's got a 3-2 from combat training, just by spending 3 resources around, you can then do 10 damage with Captain America, and this Green Goblin combined, I believe, I already deleted him, had, I think, what was 14 plus 18 health, 32 or something like that. So you've only got to get 3 rounds like that to really just run the Green Goblin out of time. Some other things that I put in there to try to help that didn't help in this first game that hopefully help in future games. I put a ton of allies in there, and the idea with these allies wasn't actually to expend them a ton, but actually to get Hulk out there so he could just absorb all that indirect damage for you and keep Captain America at as healthy of a state as possible. You can also use these characters just to sort of float out there and give yourself extra health in this solo Champions League so that when you report your total health at the end, it's really high. Didn't quite work out for us. We only had Spider-Girl left out at the end. General idea, though, get Yarnbjorn out, get a couple Super Soldier Serums. So in the fully optimized world, right, if you can get 2 Super Soldier Serums out and Yarnbjorn for 1 card, you can now do, and a combat training. So I guess it's a pretty big combo. 4 cards out there, they cost 7. At that point, you can just spend 1 card a turn to ready Captain America and do 10 damage, which bonkers to only need 4 cards to be able to do that, and then still have 4 cards for the rest of your hand to do cool things. Just a couple other tips and tricks. I did put in the Power of All of Us, and the idea was to get down some of these expensive cards early and really boost my tempo, and that did work out, because we got Nick Fury out, we got Helicarrier. I think we actually had all 4 of these cards out at one point in time, or at different points in time in the game. So I think Power of All of Us is definitely granted when you're going to run those 4 cards, and if you're going to run a couple others, it works as well. It really works in this deck in case you don't get your Super Soldier Serums. Those wilds can be used to trigger Yarnbjorn, or to sort of float your resources in different directions. Some cards that weren't like super critical to my planning and deck building were Shield Toss. Not super essential. There's not a ton of minions to worry about. You can't really get around that guard minion with it, so it's a bit of a bummer. Helmet, I was pretty much planning to not play that, and I didn't. And then Shield Block actually did come up clutch once or twice. I think that's another way that you can control the villain. For villain control, you're really relying on this Heroic Strike to both either flip the villain and stun them, or deal damage right after you flip and stun them so that you can sit in hero form a little bit longer and hopefully not flip over that Criminal Enterprise environment card. So I think it worked okay. It seemed to go a little bit slower than I was hoping it would, but we'll see how the next 2 matches go after this. Hey, we are back, and we are doing our second game here for the Solo Champions League Season 5, Round 1. We're going to see how it goes. Hopefully we get our Yarnbjorn out faster, but keep the board stable. I'm going to take a different approach this time. Instead of just focusing on Yarnbjorn and getting done really fast, I'm going to slowly put damage on the villain, but I'm also going to try to get a large sea of allies out there to increase my HP total when I turn in my results. So we're going to track our rounds up here and try to be diligent about it this time. I'm actually going to move that real close to the deck, or actually real close over here, so that hopefully I don't forget, but we'll see how it goes. Alright, drawing our opening hand here. We do not have a shield in our opening hand, but we do have 2 Super Soldier Serums, which I really like. I don't need this other junk right away, so I'm going to get rid of that junk and draw 3 cards and hope I don't get my shield. I don't, so that's good. I can search for Captain America's shield, grab it into my hand, and then shuffle my deck. The problem is I didn't get any double resources to pay for all this Super Soldier Serum stuff, so things are still going to start out a little slow. No Nick Fury to start out this turn, but still hopefully pretty good. Alright, let's flip this over. This guy is going to start at 2 threat, and there are 2 tokens on Criminal Enterprise, and we are ready to go. So, we are going to flip right away. We're going to pay 1, 2 for a Super Soldier Serum. Actually, before I do that, let's Fearless Determination. See what we get. Okay, not a double resource, so it changes nothing. 1, 2 for a Super Soldier Serum. I think we'll use that to play Yarnbjorn, and we'll use Adrenaline Rush to play Cap's Shield, and we're just going to thwart for 2 and let the scheme sit here. And stabilize. So we're going to draw 4 cards. Here we go. We got a Quinn Carrier now, lots of good things happening. Let's see how it goes. We're going to go up by 1 threat. He is going to attempt to attack, and instead he will place 1 counter onto the environment. And I should shuffle this. We will get 1 encounter card here. A guard minion. Not too big of a deal for us, so we can probably just let him sit there. And it is our go again. So, what do we want to do here now? I think we want to flip down this turn. So, I am going to punch for 2 here and use Yarnbjorn. Actually, that guy's not even going to scheme. I'm just going to punch for 2. Flip down. I am going to pay for Steve's apartment. We'll draw a card. I'm going to pay 1, 2 for 3, I guess, actually, for a Quinn Carrier. and then we'll use that next turn to pay for our other Super Soldier Serum. So we'll be pretty well set up on resources here, and that was round 2. Let's not forget our rounds this time. And away we go, drawing 5 cards. Finally, we got our Nick Fury. We can get things rolling here. We're not into round 3 yet, but we will be soon. He's going to get 1 threat. He is going to scheme for 2, 3. This guy schemes for 0. We get an encounter card, which is advance. Oh no. So he's going to scheme for 2, 3, 4, 5. Really doesn't matter what it is. It's going to complete this. We place 1 infamy counter, and then discard 1 card from each player's deck for each infamy counter. So we are milling 4 cards off the top of our deck. Ooh, combat trading. That's a sad day. And flipping this guy around, and we now have a hazard symbol. That is brutal. It's going to be a lot less flipping in our future life here. All right, let's get going here. We're going to pay 1, 2, 3. Use our discount for Nick Fury to draw 3 cards. We will use Power of All of Us and Agent 13 to play Helicarrier. We'll then use these 2 to play another Super Soldier Serum, which seems fine and dandy. We're going to flip to Captain America, and we're going to have Nick Fury punch for 2. Cap will punch for 2, removing some of these tokens. This is round 3, by the way. And I think we're actually going to use our Super Soldier Serums to pay for Hulk. And we forgot to draw a card from Apartment, but that's our problem, not all of you watching me embarrassingly lose on YouTube. All right, drawing 5 cards. He's going to get 1 threat, 2 threat actually, and then place a counter here when he tries to attack. And we've got this nasty hazard symbol, so we've really got to finish him up quick here. He is going to get a combat knife, and he is going to attempt to attack. And since he has a weapon, that will surge. Twice now that happened. Into Oscorp Manufacturing. So that's going to end up with 3 threat on it, and it is an acceleration symbol. All right. Nick Fury did nothing for us that round, other than draw cards, but that's okay. Things are going well. We're going to Fearless Determination to draw a card. We will use these to play Mockingbird, who will stun the villain. And since we are Fearless Determination, we can thwart for 3 and get rid of that side scheme. We can discard a card to ready, and I think we're gonna thwart for 3 again. Deciding if I want to flip down or if I want a Heroic Strike. He's already stunned. I kind of don't want a Heroic Strike yet. We will have Mockingbird. Actually, we'll have Hulk hit for 3 and see if we flip him here. And that'll be a big decision point for us. So we flip a mental resource, as we always do with Hulk. I said I wasn't going to do that, and then look, I went and did it, so my mistake. Quite the bummer there. I think that Mockingbird will actually flip this card here. Let's get him into Green Goblin form. We're going to take 3 indirect damage, so we'll put 1 onto Mockingbird and 2 onto Captain America. We're going to go ahead and pay 3 for a Heroic Strike to hit him for 6 and a stun. He's already stunned, but we can Yarnbjorn 2 more onto him. Let's just keep that going while we can. And we're going to stay in... Actually, we're going to flip down to Alter Ego form and heal 1 and draw a card. That's what we're going to do. It's Spider-Man. We're going to pitch him. We'd rather get better stuff out there. Okay. End of our turn, number 4. Bad guy's turn. He's going to get 2 threat. He is going to try to scheme, and instead he'll remove a token. And then we will get 2 encounter cards. The first one is a Surge into a Crisis Icon scheme. The second one is a Mad Genius. He is in Norman Osborn form, so we're going to discard the top card of your deck for each counter on Criminal Enterprise. Oh, no, he's not Norman Osborn. He is Green Goblin. He is going to attack you. If no attack was made this way, this card can surge. So he is going to attack us. Luckily, when he attacks, he is stunned, so nothing bad happens. All right, and we should have cards in our hand, so we should actually have 1 more encounter card here. And that counter card is another Hydra weapon. So we are really just going to have to pummel this guy dead real fast. All right. First things first, let's heal and draw a card. That's a great card to draw. Let's pay 2 for a combat training. Let's pay 1, 2 for a Spider Girl. Get more chumping out there for us if we should need it. Let's flip to hero form. We're going to swing for 1, 2, 3. We will Yarnbjorn 2 more onto him. Mockingbird will finish him off, sending him to the next Green Goblin phase. So here we're going to take 4 indirect damage. We'll put 1 onto Spider Girl and 1, 2, 3 onto Captain America. Again, this is hero phase 5, so we're a little bit faster than last time, but still a little bit rough here. And he goes up to, what, 18 hit points here. We will discard a card to ready. We'll come swinging again for 1, 2, 3. We will Yarnbjorn 2 more onto him, just keeping him as low as we can. We'll play this Adrenaline Rush, so we have it for next turn. Would have been 2 more damage this turn, but I don't think it was valuable in this form yet. Okay, we are going to draw 5 cards and see how things go. He's going to get 2 threat. He is going to attack us with 6 attack, which is just brutal. 6, 7 into Spider Girl's face. Pretty painful for her. We get 2 encounter cards here. All right, so the first one, place 2 if you cannot remove 2 from State of Madness. Oh no, that's not good. So he is going to flip back down here. And the second one is choose to give him a face down boost card, which is what we will do, or State of Madness, bad things. Okay, well, what are we going to do here? We need to do 2 plus 13 damage in 1 turn. I think we can do it here. Let's Fearless Determination, draw a card. Let's Fearless Determination, draw a card. We're not going to go for an optimal score here or anything this round. We'll try that again next round. We're going to play Adrenaline Rush. We're going to use both Adrenaline Rushes, so we are up to 5 attack power, which is pretty gnarly. Oh, this might not even work because of the way Yarnbjorn's trigger go, because of how things are going here. So I think we will base attack him for 5. That's going to trigger this to Flipsity. And he will hit us for 4, I believe, indirect damage. We've got 2 tokens on State of Madness now. We will trigger Yarnbjorn after he flips to hit him for 2. Then we will 1, 2, 3 play Heroic Strike to hit him for 6 and a stun. This is round 6, by the way. We'll just have to check that at the end when I submit my results here. And then we can discard a card to ready Captain America. He's got 5 base attack, but we can do 5, 7 using... So I guess we can do 2 onto the little guy. That'll feel... I guess we can't because it's a response. We'll just do all 7 to Green Goblin. Call it a day. We did win, so that's great. Again, my concept of putting allies in play and not using them was thwarted by my greediness attacking with Hulk, and hopefully I won't do that in my 3rd match. Hey everybody, we are back and ready for our 3rd game for the Solo Champions League. What I like to do between my matches is I watch my previous game to see if I made any gameplay mistakes or strategy errors. If I'm counting my rounds incorrectly, which I obviously was, so I put them in the form with 1 extra round in each of those games. The cool thing that I like to do is look for those strategy mistakes, and I think I've identified what I'm doing wrong that's making my games take so long, is I'm focusing too much on aggression and racing Green Goblin to flip his form. What I need to do instead is use risky business to my advantage, spend some time getting my setup all there, my serums, my Yarnbjorn, and my allies, and then begin to engage with actual Green Goblin and take him down really fast in 2 to 3 turns once I start dealing damage. So we're going to try that here and see how it compares to the last 2 games. All right, we are ready to go. We are going to draw our 6 cards. We got Shield. I don't like that. Well, I do like that because I don't mulligan into it then. I like this plan. I've got cards that I don't care about to pay for Nick Fury. These cards can pay for whatever I draw, so I'm just going to sit. Sweet. I don't even need to draw from Nick Fury. I got great things, but I will. Yeah. Let's put our shield into our hand with our setup ability. We're going to pay 1, 2, 3 for Nick Fury, drawing 3 cards. We are going to, pay 1, 2, 3, 4 for an Avengers Mansion and draw a card. We are just flying through our deck. No Yarnbjorn. But not the end of the world, because I can get out a Serum and my Shield. Shield, Avengers Mansion, Serum, Nick Fury in round 1. Feels like a good turn. Not going to complain. All right, rating everything up. We are not going to flip to hero form. I was thinking I would just sit in hero form and let him build up infamy counters, but if I can keep him at 0 threat, I can keep him at 0 threat. So, drawing 6 cards. Sweet, we got Steve's apartment. We're going to get to draw 2 cards. All good things. All right, that was round 1 for me. There is 1 threat going on the main scheme. Norman is going to scheme for 1 plus 0. Advance is nice to get rid of. And our encounter card is a Hydra Sidearm. So once he becomes Green Goblin, he's going to be punching real hard. All right. That is Green Goblin's turn. Kind of wimpy. We're going to put a generic counter out there. Oh, sorry, he schemed for more than 1. He schemed for 2 plus 1. Let me put that out there. Okay, so it's at 3. Makes more sense now. Nick Fury goes to my trash pile. We begin round 2. Let's use, Skilled Strike. I'd like to get these out on the board to play Steve's apartment. We'll use those to draw 2. Sweet. We will play another Super Soldier Serum. We will pay 1, 2 for, actually let's pay differently. Let's pay with Adrenaline Rush, a Super Soldier Serum for Agent 13. She can remove 2 threat. And we will put that down and put that down. So just getting cards out on the board for later use. I think we can stay in hero form again. I'm a little bit worried that I might draw an advance or something. I don't know. I think I can hold off and optimize her and use 2 thwart for her just to optimize how much threat I'm removing versus how much damage I'm dealing to my allies. So I'm going to wait and draw 6 cards. That was round 2. All right, he's getting 1 threat. He is scheming for 2, 3. We get 1 encounter card, which is a Surge, into a Surge, into discarding 2 cards from the top of our deck. We are discarding Mockingbird, that's sad, and Helicarrier, that's sad too. But ultimately not the end of the world. Things are still looking pretty good for us. We're going to draw 2 cards here. Queen Carrier and a shield block, eh? We are going to have to flip this round, I think, because this is round 3, and I really need to start engaging him. So let's flip and do some things here, because I don't got any allies to play, so I'm pretty safe to flip. I am going to punch for 2 and flip this to flip that. That is going to deal 3 indirect damage. We're going to put it all on Cap, because we can heal Cap, we can't heal Agent 13 in our current deck. We are going to use a shield block to ready, and we're going to pay for Queen Carrier somehow. 1, 2, 3 for Queen Carrier. What do we want to do here? We definitely want to stun him. So let's do that first. 1, 2, 3 for a Heroic Strike to stun. That's dealing 6 damage and stunning him. I think Agent 13 is obviously going to thwart. We've got 2 counters on State of Madness. I'm going to Fearless Determination draw a card. I could have played Spider-Girl earlier. That's a bummer. I'm going to use her instead to play another Adrenaline Rush. And I think I'll thwart for 3, just keeping that threat really under control here. Agent 13 took 8 damage that round, but we're still sitting pretty happy. No Yarnbjorn yet. That's kind of what we wanted to hold out for, but we're in round 3. I want to try to win by round 5. That's my goal. So drawing 5 cards. He's going to get a threat. He will not attack us. He's stunned. And our encounter card is place 2 infamy or flip him again. Flipping him again really stinks right now. Because we're going to have to take that indirect damage twice. But ultimately not the end of the world. So I guess we'll see what happens. All right. It is our go. This is round 4. Let's get this Fearless Determination in our discard. Let's draw a card. It's a Spider-Man. That's really good. We definitely want to flip him and then Heroic Strike him again. And I'm just deciding how I want to do that. I think I'm going to flip him right away. Hitting me for 3. And then I'm just going to use these 3 to Heroic Strike for 6 and a stun. Threat is pretty well under control. I could flip down. Flipping down doesn't feel bad, but I'm going to play a combat training first. And I'm going to discard a Hulk, I think, to ready. Let me think. Discard Hulk to ready. Let's look at our discard pile. So we've seen both Power of All of Us. We've seen Strength. We've seen Energy. We haven't seen Genius yet. And there's 4 cards left. So we're going to draw 1 card from Apartment. It's got a 1 in 4 chance of being Genius. How risky do I want my risky business to be? So what I'm thinking about here is if I use Spider-Man to ready and then attack for 4 more. Well, I don't even have to attack for 4 more. I just have to attack for 2 more. And that'll flip him to the next phase. So I guess I don't need to use Skilled Strike. I can discard this to ready Cap. Cap can swing for 2, which will flip Green Goblin to the next phase, dealing 4 more to Cap. A little terrifying there. But he's stunned, and I'm going to flip down, so it's not the end of the world. Let's flip down. We'll exhaust, draw a card. Ooh, it was our Genius, and heal 1. So knowing that, this is going to go up to 18. We can play Spider-Man and give him +2 attack. He'll hit for 4. We can play Hulk next turn, which doesn't feel so bad. And we should be ready to go. So we're drawing a bunch of cards here. That is going to deck us out. So hopefully we don't have anything too bad happen from that. We did get a Yarn Bjorn in the Mean Swing, so that's good. That should set us up to finish this game off, I think. All right, so 1 threat's going out. He is going to scheme, which just removes a counter. Not so bad. And then we get 2 of these. First one, choose to give him a boost card. Sounds great. Second one is a threat with, or a scheme with 2 thwart on it. 2 thwart threat stuff on it. Stuff. Okay. Blah. What do we want to do? Draw 2 cards and heal 1. Always seems like a good choice at the beginning. Let's get some things done here, huh? So let's pay. Mockingbird feels like a real bad play right now. I need to do 14 damage once I flip. I think I want to heal 3 to get 3 more life points. But I'm going to be able to attack for 5 with that second attack. 8 with Mean Swing. So if I play Yarn Bjorn. So then I'm down to needing to do 6 damage, which isn't too unbelievable, because 2 can be a trigger from Yarn Bjorn. And then I've got to do 4 more amongst my allies, which isn't too bad. So let's remove some threat from the schemes first. Mockingbird will thwart. This is round 5, by the way. We will play Mockingbird for 2 and she will stun this guy. We really don't care. These 2 are just going to take care of that guy, getting him off the board. Agent 13 should have 2 counters on her at this point, I believe. Yeah, I paid 2 more because I was going to play Hulk, but I wanted to use my allies first. So Agent 13 is going to go away. Hulk's going to come out in her place. Deciding if I want to heal or not. So let's think here again. We can play Yarnbjorn, which is great. That lets us attack for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 out of 14. That doesn't quite kill the villain, so I don't think I'm going to be able to heal, but that's okay. We'll just take what we can get. We could risk it with Hulk here and have Hulk attack. I think we're going to try that. I know. I said I'm never going to attack with Hulk, but let's go 1, 2, 3. Discard a card. Ooh, it's a physical. So that's just about as perfect as it can get, right? We can throw a Yarnbjorn down there. We can heal for 3. We can flip. Instead of throwing a Yarnbjorn down there, that way we're going to pay with a resource. That way we can discard to ready Cap. Cap can attack for 8 with a mean swing by using these 2. And we can Yarnbjorn the last 2 onto the villain. Bingo bango, that's the game. 5 rounds to defeat Norman Osborn / Green Goblin Risky Business. And we did it. So we ended up with 7, 8, 9, 10, plus 4, 14 health, 2 threat on the main scheme, and not so bad. All right, thanks for tuning in.